was a time in 2021-2022. It's not to you. The first game of the Champions League last Barcelona will qualify from the group stage.
So Semi.
I said, I'm a Didia Tem now. Would you name the end day? You in Barcelona qualify.
Echo Europa.
Europa, no more house and I'm catching on Europa and Wontumi. Come Frankfurt in the show.
So I'll give a Laporta Becker say Frankfurt for supporters need to take it as Barca fans.
I never knew about the next few years what will come. Mike, video no, me nim quite fast will pop up. I did not post it. Yet some park say within the next 3 to 4 years, me case with 2023. Ateta will be the coach of the Arsenal Champions League for the first time. Oh, and at Arsenal team way there, and fancy football no. I know fans are meant to be sentimental. That is why we are analysts. It's a new thing. Cause Real Madrid lose 3-0. First leg no more qualify no. But Real Madrid supporters in the now we a new thing. Oh no! Pay us some now. You Barcelona bias now. You say, but you see, there's a reason why he is called an analyst. I'm not saying analysts are always right. We get it wrong. There are several times we've gotten it wrong, but they go beyond your normal assessment of games. And the new baby kabom no ma coming together to the kind of decision they've made and be convinced about. Say this is how we want the game to do what to go. There's about to get me casting. Be na me tell me say now quite we na dream here dream now carry results will be o ti be kofa we be go and na say me. As I bought the idea to one to say we be go research say I can hold him. But he understands what he is doing. He has what analyzing the situation far beyond. It is will be a fan. I'll have no problem with the fan saying say oh time me who you say because one the truth of the matter is you are sentimental because it is your club.
Yeah.
But as analysts we go beyond the history. Yeah, the statistics, yeah, the form, yeah, the quality, yeah, the coaches no mujinan channel, yeah, factor BBR. Then we come to the results and we predict. That is how it is. But my show, seme chedo, the BC on.
See, I come de maupa.
Madrid. You see, someone called me. So I said, "Me can't show." Obi friend me catch me say, "I'm in shey you. Me nkomodi am di Real Madrid. Ho na dem time omo ana."
The Real Madrid nedia.
Obi say aka bi fa United. Hwe na woni ba she United wo fia.
To me.
Na nim say dey see United for asan wo mu wi aso mo ba e kra say me ka fo mo kra no. And say obi kra say you to stadium United ko to stadium mo abo atia lo me catch ni ba kra so na na beda po ni mu. Me, I don't give a DAMN about whatever. I don't give a damn about how you feel sentimental about your club. I don't give a damn. But one thing I believe in myself in say, time and patience will always reveal what was right and what was wrong. I'm so happy for two players. Jacob Kivior. On the Dikai. The Tosumi Thomas Stay Party. Jacob Kivior, Eba Arsenal, did so to Gabriel Magalhaes. And Mekasi Sudia say, Gabriel Magalhaes go be a bogame will be a character 2 leg in the Real Madrid in Yawango Cranje. And Real Madrid, sa corners na yeba na we apem kwa pimbe to crash. But I think Kivior brings a different level of calmness and compliment to William Saliba. Emma Arsenal is so calm in the two-legged affair against Kylian Mbappe. He doesn't even rush. Emma, low budget Pele, Hendrik, Okosoro Pembo bi to Nibusei. Fancy. Shakwaya Kivior fast so composing itself. Eddie can't tree ball no. Esa taking the second board, David Raya saw board him. Now you are playing at the Bernabeu in front of the Ultra Sar in the second half, the white wall. Where the pressure. Normally, Real Madrid bet tie remontada and one of Mutaye free to send here over United the Stratford end. Uku Liverpool the cup for one another. Some places, you know, a one of Mutaye Sanyo Mano. But look at the calmness of the defender. And I think he has grown and what to a certain level be a say no, we register the among Arsenal centre backs as a never pressure you. Thomas Partey the two-legged affair as a top professional and a top footballer. And the real say say no, up a top DMs are Wontumi Thomas Partey fan film and we confirm say within the two-legged affair. Arsenal are graduated from the stage near him say Champions League, you know, akasefo ne bo omo say no omam tromudi in the history book. When you beat Real Madrid, it means what a certain leveler in terms of the Champions League with your standard.
Ana normally so share Madrid na say okoje o.
Ana omo ma share Madrid the Real Madrid the free money nyina in the last 5 seasons so makoje. But ade amani ehu ni say that ben na who say team be share Real Madrid home and away in the Champions League. When was the last time you saw that? Menka say BC. Menka say BC. But these are things that happen and not easy say BC. Okay? Real Madrid and Fazabi Alonso someone tonche and they should do everything to get Jurgen Klopp. Yes.
Monfa Klopp out of retirement.
Oh Monko fire. Na Alonso na no hontere no.
Klopp's gang pressing. It won't survive Madrid setup.
Aha na meba no.
The pressing.
The gang pressing style no. NCT Madrid. They say be omoton play, almost sacrifice players, especially at forwards no. So omoton.
Aha na meba no. Mike, thank you for that. Na me pesa de ne pa. It is difficult. Na no be ka se mu say it is difficult to accept change. By results will always be the point at which you understand say change now we are next one for so minim club on your adwin so be adapt to new CCC Real Madrid and so more adapt pa Real Madrid the club they adapt to the players in terms of their quality instead of adapting to the coach with your philosophy or even what you want to do by mre edane anu adane hu bi me, I think managing players and Kasano Klopp have shown us a suit only players manage power. In terms of getting results, I have seen Klopp turn Liverpool from an average team to a top class team. And you'll be say, I've seen Klopp turn the ties of Borussia Dortmund. It will collapse now. Dortmund after 97 no more year. Klopp before Germany who the other share Liverpool before Klopp. Now no kika players be omokoto Michael play no crowd say the ball left back no spear they no ball Liverpool left back here also one Konchesky and also be rad the era of Ben Rodgers money that don't to baby kakra so be fry. But we know Emma Liverpool benya back their respect they have lost. Fancy. Meno, other people might have different opinions, Isabel, but I think the ideal man for Real Madrid should be Jurgen Klopp. The man management, hard work, tough mentality to do a lot of things and bridge the gap. No? Because you say, Germany back what is Spain one more what it or more. Unimeduma pa Hansi Flick. Or bomb left and right, bomb which no more bomb and no more bomb which no more bomb and him. Bobo. Klopp will help Real Madrid or be left you not the Madrid so and then you bring. But who say Ruben Amorim control it and yet ye Kasani Yinaya go primary so. United makes so many mistakes. Players make so many mistakes. You don't even have trust in whatever they can do tonight. You don't even know the United that will turn up.
Obeto mo nya de.
But utiwe unu United kura betene up anwumre. The sere say United no omuni bibi efre ni mfimfin o. Say ene hono when they turn up good, I'm telling you Leon bet match 4 ne. When they turn up worse, Leon bet ma be who mo be 3-1.
Mo be show mo amon kan e na dia na yende turn up. Adamu ya turn up kings.
Mike, when do that turn up?
Na kan e first kan
mo so be remontada na.
Ona say remontada be any ho.
Okay. But any me na say me say awo Mike, ma memra ho.
Bashankofo no maka na de esika be na de na de na if they turn up a party normal dress yako team here that's when is scared it omo case omo ntime yi Leon and film to save their season na send their job mo ana meboa
o ja na ko champions
sika kese ya muji o wini if Man United qualifies for the Champions League your qualification bonuses are players ne be be boost your earnings.
What's the first no more Chelsea for no so more since players on my dread. As a Patrick Dogune learning Euro nyanso ye bia.
Abotre say kakra. We a progressional dreadlocks. Then be rat team nim. Nti mo be show mo amon kan yem face kan ngusi yem fanye de be na. Isi sika sem yem fan diagro. Fancy. United have no excuse for not eliminating Lyon and Enyumre. Their season and everything they will plan for next season rest on the Europa League and not the league. Yes. They are not in any domestic cup competition. So, that is how come United fans can forgo a humiliating defeat to Newcastle United. But me assure say if they are eliminated from Europe, they might not forgive Amorim and then these players. So the players, they know what is at stake. And against Lyon were a very talented team. But again, they are very young and inexperienced. And United have been here before. The core of this team have tested what it feels to suffer such a year ejection in Europe before. Bruno Fernandes was part when Omuyi Barcelona Freeman Ameboa. Fernandes has been part of United setups almost they have enough experience in their fold not to eliminate a Olympic Lyon. Kebe one of the big shocks. So I am expecting them to qualify. But Arsenal deal my near ball my basso anyway. And you see, there will be a friend that said coming of age. Chelsea's coming of age period in the Champions League. Or more encounters with Barcelona. Obey way in there. Ochinana Barcelona, obeying and then watching way, But the most crowning moment was that game now. Omoko Boro a year Camp Nou. Abra Chelsea they qualify all the way to the final to win it. Ramirez and Torres Modiano. Was an Arsenal then similar pa?
Yes.
Chelsea scored 2 goals. They were Camp Nou and Ambeboa. Arsenal shared 2 goals for Benabao.
Yeah.
You need to upstage a giant to get closer to giant status. So when Kuma Kesia, we are Mu Kesia. So Arsenal's coming of age moment, it needed to collide with a giant facing them. Now, a giant in the framework, it emboldens their belief. Into Torres go no ma Victor Valdes tina from no. And then way there nanya counter. And a ball ni to ma Torres. And your Martinelli then the same team make Camerino you ball ni to Franga and to mention no. But he did not make Couture set or Bobo ni for Couture. That is what makes it beautiful. Then again, Cheki go na Saka share no. It was a cheeky goal.
Yeah, Lobeno.
Ramirez one cheeky goal. Exactly. Ramirez no one cheeky goal. He also scored a cheeky goal. So there was similarities and it makes it all beautiful. Again, it is Arsenal's coming of age moment. Coming of age, it means an improvement in your character. It means an improvement in your mentality, aside the technical and the tactical aspect. To win competitions of this nature, tactics need to be Arsenal don't have the best of players in the Champions League now. Arsenal players, very few of them will dominate the various metrics of the rated players. Ukasa we player for player. Arsenal players, kakre be a partemo for passing. Babanyasha Arsenal player be able dominate every metric. Goals one ashen the dodo, asset one aman the dodo, pass distribution, tackles. You be nano. Player for player, Arsenal will not have their players dominating in such a metrics. But as a team, as a unit, they needed an extra layer of confidence, character, and mentality added to the Omowadadano, and they needed a result against Madrid to do that. Now, how have they been able to do this? I didn't say quite in so. The Arsenal year now new to Madrid failed to do well. And it's partly because Arsenal made them do so, or Madrid Nankasa lacked the necessary tools on the Bayes. So to start with, who opponent Arsenal ne build up. Arsenal's build up from the back is so smooth, is uninterrupted. Same Madrid. Madrid share how many goals in this tie?
1.
So go ne free fan buy.
Mistake no. And
mistake. It is not.
Pressing.
Exactly.
Okay, so pressing up.
There was a pressure applied by Vinny Junior on a way. Anka Oma Saliba chancer. What's a mistake? Anka ball no control no pass.
Yeah.
So it means the only time Madrid applied necessary pressure on Arsenal, they forced the mistake. I remember on instances, first leg, Saliba more slipping. What was happening? Madrid were picking balls.
No more to go.
So one thing Madrid needed was applying pressure, but tapping in from Arsenal's bit. None of it here will say Arsenal were pressing high, but there were times too they were resorting to a more 4-4-2 shape and now 4-1-4-1. Now they allowed Madrid to be comfortable on the ball. That was only when Madrid players or Wontumi Hami Arsenal for no. Or the ball ma Rudiger ni ejina oni ehwe wa or the better than. On to me for born in progress and but so it means Arsenal chose the right time to trigger a press.
Madrid they do that. Benzema the year buying keeper B.
And a PSG cry
Donnarumma. Chelsea.
Exactly. One time.
So
Loris Karius.
So pressure no, you find the necessary time to trigger. And Arsenal were doing it. But Madrid, the only time they did it effectively, they scored a goal. Was that Vinny Bono? Not Raya on your set. Exactly. So this Arsenal team was vulnerable. They had weaknesses, but Madrid did not exploit their weaknesses.
Madrid with Benzema and Como press change.
Madrid with balance.
Yes.
What name?
Okay.
Benzema then or the Real Madrid team no a balance. That is the balance you will not find with Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo. Into which I get Champions League now. Before end of game, no. Players are no more covered the fewest miles. Now, the players are more cover distance off from power. And your moments are no more top 5 in him. Rodrigo was top 5, Vinny was top 5, Mbappe was top 5. This is the fewest distance or miles covered by offensive players. And all top 3, no, or more top 5 more. It is a problem. If Madrid do not find that balance in attack and found names they will always struggle against a team that is cohesively built, team who are solid as a unit. And no being a show happen then. Again, check big games na opponent Nikita boat me pass it, the build up near so smooth. Barca and Madrid. Barca build the ball so smoothly. From the first layer of Madrid attack, or be defending or pass it through. And the pressure to infinity. So it is either Madrid or no, they are being outnumbered. Now it's an opponent now be show so to win and it will create problems for this Madrid team, irrespective of the coach. If they don't find the right profiles to add balance to the team. So it was asked about Arsenal's brilliant press and when to also trigger that press. And so again, the best of two defensive approaches, Newton showed perfectly how Arsenal pressed and how they reserved. Yes, Arsenal determined how to go about things. Unlike club gang pressing. Arsenal chose their times carefully, and when a proper coaching, enti sabo ni kita Asensio ekita Kutua ekebi ebe okay yamfa ma obi onim ball ni bobi asa defender obebo ni boom oyekono obo si echi a ebe nan. So let's take our time and let's trigger the press when it is necessary. And sir, effective use of both defensive approaches, it helped Arsenal's cause. So at various stages in the game and at phases in the game, they had the numbers to cater for every threat Madrid will offer. Madrid threat kesiena ye kombebo won Arsenal will outnumber them in the middle. Say Arsenal mo 18-yard box ni mo a de bia you see Mbappe and Bellingham, but you will see more Arsenal players there to stifle every Madrid threat. So Arsenal effectively utilized a more defensive approach in this game, and it helped them, and I think so we need to give them credit. And again, attacking from side to side. First legs ni na no Newton first leg ye bo buy no say party ojebo na no wadane no agya Madrid for no wenachi ameboa. Arsenal effectively and Amsterdam Madrid press na engagement, they were able to build from side to side. Until there yanko ye kakra na Sharak and Maya Mikel Merino go no me the picture send no a 16 passing sequence.
So first leg the end now.
Yeah, on Famaya you best answer about second leg.
Okay.
First leg go now Mikel Merino share and made the picture be as and Shadrack a 16 passing sequence. Born if David Raya why the Arsenal 2 no.
Searching banner.
Debbie Saliba.
Yeah.
Saliba the Bema the Oshe 5 and wine. Party a Bebo Bonako. Eventually the right back I think Julian Timber. Or recycle ball no. They will play among themselves now baby party again check their movement and positioning. Then it comes back to Saliba, Party, Raya. Yes, also the Ama Party the Ama Wine 23 and wine. Good.
12 near Timber, 2 near Saliba.
Saliba, yeah. And 23 near wine. Merino new. Merino will progress here. No, a passing ball now wine 41. 41 gets the ball to 19. 19 Beba sounds the ball number 49. Then the 49 passes to Merino 23. Skelly. Then he scores the goal.
49.
So 16 passing sequence. But check baby a ball free. From the goalkeeper's position to the right. Ako extreme right. About 15 kara. Abechre. Ako 15 bio. It goes to the left. It comes to the central zone of Madrid. Then they score.
Felix say zone na ball na ntimi amfa no eh left back no but on be create assist 49 no this is what free ho yeah the ball na kwa left back no hu here because of free
exactly.
Right side of the attack no the left back no be finfin
midfielders and at your striker no so na what central midfielder no 23
Merino no na drop here ba no on the center circle 23 no and a build the cover 41 right
yeah
and a 19 or work about 49 which is the left back and or cross it BC 23 Mikel Merino boy no then 9 left no
boy this is the first leg again. Arsenal's ability to pass from side to side, but always a no they play central role in moving the ball from distance near Party. Number 5 for Saliba. Number 5, then he will send to the other side and play.
Partey involved with 2 different phases. We involved first phase, from goalkeeper Saliba and the central defense. Me and Son at the bar. I don't be doing when I for this, as also getting to the final third. Honor Thomas Partey assign.
Only Madrid defender, they are mostly lopsided. Maybe a ball no or be concentrate to. Then they leave spaces for opponents to exploit, and it happened in the second leg as well. Go now, Martinelli share no, pure counter break anameboa. But the Saka share no, it was again a build up involving Merino Patemo from the right hand side, and you working ball now. Saka make it that run. He had to connect from a pass from the left, again right to left. Madrid in Yabona no more then. Bellingham will be so frustrated. So the Obama is long, and mostly there were interceptions. Interception about DNACA. It creates issues for Madrid. They are unable to recover. So they will have to resort to long cross. Baby, almost with player a long cross. Madrid no Moboba. Into so one pass no and the corner. This is Arsenal's first goal. Into Rice, no the Amo Odegaard. Odegaard the Akoma Merino, where ya Masaka. Omo weke born from him and a ball. You know. So effective coaching, and that is something that Madrid lacked so far in this game. And I did Dio Munya, Amba momentum yanko. Again, there was another element to Omowe, you know. It was about the marking of players. Newton had the picture way too, so then I had to use something. There was always one man who checking Madrid midfield number in Avavede, ne strength here running with the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm a boy.
Yes.
So many here.
Yes. Personal.
Defensive minded.
Yeah.
Good. The only player I know bet me affected Arsenal as an offensive threat is Jude Bellingham. Valverde the only space crown about short. But Bellingham, if allowed to make runs on the shoulder of defenders, they no bet me I obedunya. So Arsenal had one thing. It is either Partey or Rice, but Kobe market Jude Bellingham out of the game. First leg, second leg. Where your second leg then that's no. And there was a time an entanglement between Rice and Jude Bellingham. Mama say Rice is Tiano. Exactly. Because we're frustrating actually.
One tournament be as I'm menu free. One club called coin referee. Ronaldo ne Rooney and a club
World Cup 2006.
Oh, yeah.
And they said they had something similar with Euro 2004.
And like a call affect Manchester.
Yeah.
And a faggy team. We know what James a bit here. 3 Lions. We got no more. And they make it so you know it's funny. I don't see that now Mikel Arteta reverted into a typical 4-4-2. 4-4-2 means 2 central near Declan Thomas Partey. 2 typical tacklers.
Etiano Partey is free.
Around Partey switch off. Say Declan switch on Jude, not Partey off. Partey switch on Jude, not Declan so off. But Arteta ya Jumanra. Aban kuma me kid ni nyina ba bi atwema dwene kopa ya de ba kope. No matter how we have experienced watch our adwuma the materials you have at hand at that moment no yeah and now the be adwuma and no share individually Madrid squad the chrome na omoboro Arsenal so but so okeka asi ani amana form team no na Arsenal show so mo team say at Madrid me ba bia make you no
again, set pieces. Near names Arsenal be hard in set pieces. Say near name. What was Madrid's answer to it? None. From a set piece situation, Saka kobo short Makutua Puba abone koi. Near about 7 minutes. Corner kick nearby na Madrid concede penalty. Raul Asensio. Madrid had no answer to Arsenal's set piece threat.
Set piece I said no no make errors for Madrid no make set piece for Arsenal so because that we going Madrid come to Madrid.
Oh first leg na come be show mumie kutua yi ba ko free line so ana ba ko so Partey de Masaliba de no hoje ni na ekopo mu and set piece again almost the 2 share Arsenal Madrid in the first leg. Enra from set piece situations Arsenal used to unstable Real Madrid, but there was an approach to it. The whole streetwise approach. What did Arsenal do with set pieces? We need free kicks. Julian Timber we need free kick. We need ball now. It will take us some seconds to restart. And we need foul. I mean money in time. Ball a goal kicker. I mean right. I remember ball in time. I will use it to kill momentum of Real Madrid.
With the yellow crowd.
Yeah. So it was Arsenal's weapon again. To destabilize Madrid or more them. Yama won't want to atwa so now I build the confidence, I build the momentum the yako him. And we will limit you. By the time I born a baby, now I near her. You're born in ya. And a more dint in Tima womb, Ubenya Rice, Julian Timber, and then we Miles Lewis Kelly. Protecting, shielding the ball, and then winning free kicks from a Arsenal team. No. Meanwhile, all the core Madrid they had 13 corner kicks. None of them normally trouble Arsenal. So Nipa na on the or you set piece it out, but you are failing to also use the same strategy or tactic against the opponent. And I feel crosses, you know. Yeah, will be a friend meeting. Make friend force them to play nonsense.
101.3.
Force them to play nonsense. Force them to play nonsense near the Madrid team always is here, you know. Only Haaland and Lewandowski. and I say who grassi. No, I buy crosses and quad the above box. But only option be Lucas Vasquez on to me and now on to me you'll be number 1-2 because Luis Kelly no yet the main defender no defender again. Oh, pace the same Vasquez into 1-2 no why no fan no. Game now here no. Oh, we say Rodrigo watching Luis Kelly back okra. Oh, we say Vinny on Nigerian team ba omo duels no Vinny has succeeded kra. No. It was because it was either Arsenal were multiplying the numbers. Say Luis Kelly, Martinelli back Obuano. Say a Timber, Saka back Obuano. We have Vinia by the time I be Nigerian Timber, no abre. You need to work hard with the ball. So the laziest approach man adopt. When Alaba, Anna Vasquez, or more wide, Fabo and no smart cross in brim. And they made 42 crosses. 33 from open play. Oh, I must say Spain is successful. Yaka no more to go. David, I want to force them to play nonsense. So to me, a beautiful piece of work. And the Arsenal technical team no maye, and they needed to design their coming of age moment to show they belong at this stage.
At some point, season na Arteta mobobo no. Omo possess kwa no my crossing so kaya we no Chelsea no.
Yeah.
Enti who kai say e drew be no moya opponent ne be hu so the likes of West Ham, more Newcastle be premier free. So on real mukra be question say as a Arteta deny back because last season you guys were playing better football. More pass secret chance. So I question them ne kwere no. Arteta mo sesa no. Who that one kwa mo ya crossing be mo. So what's the more possess ball now kwa Arsenal crossing
there are variations to their set piece game. And make me the set piece a delay.
No legends.
Make me the set piece a attack you. Make me the set piece a defender against you. Ni na no. A set piece ni
utilization. Pretty chances like last season. Yeah, both true ball.
Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka.
Yes.
And across is the Saka dominant because Okatina no
was a Cameroon no mudia maka. Striker number say Merino Kobona.
No. And yes, Saka and Odegaard when across the board no they want here. They mostly invert, play 1-2s, and then they make intelligent runs off the defenders of a team non in the bono. You will have to give them the but I think say opponent bia ni game bia an approach. So what shall Madrid near Arsenal? Now they predict Arsenal's chances are you make a mistake.
Okay, because only PSG.
Yes.
Because PSG so lose to Arsenal.
And again, there I can say Madrid are the man here. PSG is an effective pressing unit.
Yeah.
It will be a different ball game altogether. Manchester Madrid the end can say any Arsenal a favorite. But that is where I don't agree with Opta for.
Cabo Bray
because PSG
Yambra League menu akoro kodian meza wo ka say what to say e be force ama changes me say ya ba.
Yes, I think so.
There's no repeating just a line, man.
Yes. Me can say 3 players. Michael Sefabeko right back Kama Adran Ajete. And I talked about Justice Blaze so on game maybe na Kwame Pokusu more. But I know Adran Ajete boy.
Okay, so Mon started.
But Adran Ajete started now.
Okay.
By Blaze ni Kwame Poku.
It means more than the
more than the MD canteen and common dread.
And also my results no quite me.
And my results no so quite 3.
Couple break quick.
Last week,
Hey, Asamo.
Wontumi.
Okay, couple quick, Mr. Ona, na fi yema mehwim na yema to aso yeba fa course enche bia anti quick. Una ofra bonte ba se bibia fry. Whether it is a ria bana
we my ho ne ho kaka.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
We
come up party. Yɛwura mu yɛni nkɔmɔ na yɛhwɛ sɛ nneɛma esi kɔ yɛn start on Ghana Premier League no na yɛhwɛ sɛ nneɛma esi tia no pa no mede nsɛm bebree ɛba ne mom yɛhwɛ league no na yɛhwɛ results matches out a ɛno nso ɛkɔ so over the weekend na afia na sɛ midweek na yɛni ho nkɔmɔ sɛdeɛ anɔpa no yɛbɔɔ so ɛde ma no standing matches no results no sei ana esi ɛkɔ yɛ ɛnura yɛni nkɔmɔ kakra na yɛmfa ho ɛnura sei ana ɛkɔ Young Apostle hyɛmienu ama Brekum Chelsea wɔn mo teka no ɛmu baako Sama supporters ɛhyɛ two Macarella wɔn nso ntumi antena afɛ breku wei bɛkyɛm wɔn any Gold Stars game na no ɔhyɛ Gold Stars ɛbɔ wɔn kamienu a wɔn ntumi ante Basake Oli Stars yes Abdul Ghazali wei otekini win no nso de tia Vision FC nti wei ɛyɛ win baako akɔdi ama coach Abdullahi Ghazali aduana hyɛ mienu ɛma Hazovok wɔn ntumi ante ana afɛ Heart of Lions ɛhyɛ one mediama nso ntumi ante Nations wɔn tena future dreams kabako a wɔn ntumi ante Accra Lions ɛhyɛ 3 Macrobia Kumasi Asante Kotoko wɔn prayer wɔn nso ntumi ante mu baako kora no ɛyɛ sɛdeɛ nnuama esi kɔ yɛ deɛ wɔn nsɛm ɛde ɛba na ɔhwɛ sɛdeɛ nnura akɔtɔ game no ɛkɔ so na ɛkɔ na wie yɛ after game no coach ɛkasa ɛde nsɛm kakra nso ɛtu dwa na ɔhwɛ sɛdeɛ nnuama esi kɔ azei na obi ɛhwɛ sɛ saa game yi win ɛbɛtumi akɔ ɛde ama kɔtɔkɔ ne mu nnuama ntumi ankɔ yɛ coach general assessment against team a yɛfrɛ no Accra Lions sɛn ana si tie after game no coach Dr. Prosper Nate Ogum ɛde kakra ɛtu dwa.
We just let loose our back anytime we went on attack. Basically, we participated in attack instead of trying to somewhere along the line to also anticipate defending. So as we threw more men up there to try and create the chances to score, we let our back loose, which led to those 2 first half goals. And I think before those goals, we were tactically compact, we were playing very well. But then when the goals came, I think it took the zeal out of the boys, and then I think we lost our structure a little bit.
And so the man coach is a second goal nearby no discourage boys no and no account be chese na omu hu di omu ye nemum omu ba back but still and your man fa.
I think the second goal just discouraged them. We're trying to encourage them to put themselves together, because the game basically is about the midfield. Once you lose the midfield, that'll be it. So I think when the second goal came, they just lost their focus and then created some space in the.
Na coach mobile game na mulusu a ɛyɛ ansɛm trɔfo obe no mo ka o madwen kyerɛ coach no mo ka o madwen kyerɛ players no ɛma ɛno akra mobile game no kra no mo release letter by the one ɛma ansɛm trɔfo ni bi ɛwɔ nsɛm negativity around the team a mobile game na mulusu as a coach o tin nsɛm ya ɛyɛ afa ne sɛn coach is all one dey professional ɛyɛ normal ɛde ma no.
For me, I'm able to manage anything that comes my way as a coach. I'm a mentally tough person. I know the nature of the profession I find myself in. Such commentaries will come. I have to stay focused. And for the players, individual differences. So some may be able to contain it. Some may not be able to contain it. And it will affect performance. But then, as you rightly said, a team that is at the summit of the table, it draws or it loses some vital points at home, and then suddenly from nowhere, negative commentaries or unpleasant commentaries begin to come in and around the team. Things that have I mean, when you track them, they are not true. Are all being said about the players, about the coach, especially. When you do some of these things, it affects, I mean, the emotional state of the player and the technical staff. So, I mean, we just have to. As I said, for me, I can manage certain things. But what about the players?
After the coach didn't say we not to join the point, Kotoko supporters and no one crying. Omuko PM no very disappointed. Almost say coach in Indiana Jumanto na on deserve so yeah Juma de Makotoko. Say almost say the more form a big cry can say coach asa and the entire supporters and some kakra omodi to join na omapa laipa.
Pam coach no nyade o gutim na nimu ase ase pam no onyade boss wo de o be coach ni pam no o minimu pam coach no nya odu onyade na bi o kumase a omo ya go safo eni say player bia ko to be sa good player odu kumase pe na of odu e ma bi o kumase a o pesi for no o ma de e ma se e ma bi o kumase a omo ba ko to no na mo do ha be ka tanko e ma no mo ha be ka ko no no ka imanaki minimaki for liberty aseno to power by oba kumase a e ma no e go si na ɔde no kam ha na anki off ɛma no mo kuma se operations no ɔmo tumi yɛ ɔmo adwuma yie operations no ɔmo yɛ operations no ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwuma yie sɛ ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwuma yie a akɔma ahu eti ɔtɔ ɔpɛ di fɔ no ɛsɛ ɔmo sɔre operations fɔ no nyinaa ɛsɛ yɛsesa
ma bi wɔ hɔ a ɔmo de ɔmo ka ɔmo a na ɛmo ɔmo mɔde mo ɛkɔ fam ne adeɛ ne ɔmo adwenkyerɛ ana ɔmo nso akyerɛ observation kakra ɔmo nso ɛho na ne yɛ supporters ne nsɛm ɔmo de ato dwa house nso ɛwɔ dɔma emu yɛ hye paa de ma coach Watara ɛne ne team no na yɛ ball game ne ɔmo lose 2-0 na coach Abubakar Watara ɛnso so ɛde nsɛm ato dwa na nsɛm ɔde to dwa nyinaa ne sɛ wɔse wɔno no adeɛ baako obetimi aka ne sɛ wɔn mo yɛ bibia bio na analysts na ɔhwɛ ne matches ma no wɔse obetimi analyze game na so identify problem no enso obehu na problem no saa wɔ hɔ anti coach Watara sɛ nipa no video analyst no otimi ɛka so yɛhu problem no but still on bɛbɔ board na problem no enso ɛwɔ hɔ nti yɛbetie Watara on problem no yɛntie.
When I identify the problem, it's not, excuse me to say that, to come here to say this. Maybe my analysis can be wrong. You say, I'll go out, I'll see them, I'm analyzing game by game. I'm looking everything. First half, when I monitor on we are stream the match, we saw a lot of the mistakes we didn't do in the normal time. It's normal. And the interest of your question is that if you start the league, everybody want to win the league. We have the major teams who want to win the league. And we are going, sometimes the pressure can make the boys, sometimes if the pressure is too much, we need the league. It's possible. I don't say is that.
Kwamna Boateng enso say omunya ya has kombe win league na no ya de ba kwa players no omu de ato akoma so coach ni so no de yen try till June na ehwe ba players no say omu say omunya ya komo e win yentie Kwamna Boateng sema o de tudwa
yenya league na yebeji bet yentimi nkan hwe mfa ho sisi a anje say yebo wi answer ti ho so de be kan
and somebody to Jana said, "Yana Kotokofo ni abre omu coach no so no has so after match no many abre omu coach pa omu say Watara o te air condition wom onza on team bus no o te air condition wom ufie no so free ho na oba training umre na didn't na ontimi nya adwuma amaye wa nyere ho adwuma na yebeje supporters no to Watara enra
Oda papa dana oda ufu ya no wo training ground o tora na wo ya adwuma wo nya na ese papa Poor condition order. What's all I'm near my basa? Why near my basa? I know that. Only a larger can be a yamu team. Only a larger can be a yamu. The problem. What is Yasa? What is Yasa? What is Yamu? 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 No, oh, not that is Yamu. That is Kaya Utini. Kaya Ukwana Java Yotu. Yanka. Kaya Utini. Java Didia. What the Java Nikwa? Opera. Was on slow at Chiabetum. Was on slow at Chiabetum. It's a 4-1 word. Some 4 you took it.
Omu coaches no more omu kra na say the league leaders omu boy Juma Go Stars and omu game no ombo mo dey win coach Frempoma so after game or in some kakra to the coach and then the modern Juma Obo Edema Go Stars.
We want to do something, we need to make sure first we don't concede. So we make sure we put in midfielders who can always fight for the 50-50 votes. And the moment we're able to do that, yes, it creates, it gives us some advantage.
It is 41, Mediama 41, House of Folk 41 on the league goal, Omotoso 7 on the league log. And on Kakrefi or Deba into Karela, Legon Cities in Swatramandie. Is what I call that into Karela, ni Legon, Omo, and a battle, Awasi or said a relegation. On Betima Quentin Fancy and Abeda 4 Emrem.
Whoa, Mate, Medase Capo new. Also so here because everyone said now it was written in the skies. Sasantoro ko kwakuluzi. House of Folk and Subeluzi. Na Gold Stars ebenyarin because of the can't as me say somewhere in the first round then the second round the Gold Stars call Kwando bi and omo buy almost about the senior ko Samatex and some of be fie bi na on the road no one
yeah, 3 games to us so
yeah bobo draw me gwane guys anani ahon dem be na Gold Stars benya there because if you call Kwando nya kwan keto free baby any be simple Kwando and some wa ba be sena ko Samatex
if your boy service na could be back almost about 3 different regions.
Yeah, Juma pa coach.
Regions be 4 5 one seven na work.
Yeah, no kwano wow.
Hey,
baby am come on the flight.
Yeah. I mean any day. But your baby I start here na mama so me. Mama more coach from Pomaso na bibi any go start. Tin say obadwene. Na conclude about the catch tie for the ahwefo say. Go start say kwa akoshe bichim. Wow, not just one year research. Oh yeah, you be a time that man wakeka bia no real pounds or on try research. But to tell people Anima ASU league, you know, the best you could have given to Go Stars ahead of a trip to Nana Fusuja was probably a draw. Beyond draw, they another Go Stars. Go Stars for a win at a venue where you are proud to that game, no. Now I won't consider a single goal on Nana Fusuja. Let alone so I won't consider 2 goals. It was never a final AC. It was so surreal. After the game, say commentators and the people will be react to Go Stars. Should be 2-0. But Bechem United, we've been always saying, the first round of the championship seasons, no more agile players be into want to make you can see any more. But second round, Bechem dreams they've always been marvelous in the second round. So Go Stars, boy, Jumanra. Michael Oseni, let's partnership now. Juma de my team one. Important figure for Gold Stars team, Emmanuel Kobe, the goalkeeper, will find a free ball for a young chap, innocent face, always appearing more daring. Osha 1-on-1 are very good, and Osha Gold Stars team no D from baby coach Michael say establishing team as a Premier League status. Now Omufrio Bar knocking on the door of top 4, Enfa placing 5th. Now the following season placing 9th. Then the following season by a whole and our net club no our and by coach from Pomaso Abesomwa say no team no. There's some few games now before that top 4 after 8 games they had considered just 2 goals. Number 4 be but so unfortunate. To me, after Jumana and before any non tempted ya or Barbie Biania and Yama Echo Smooth the man. He's had a very, very young squad and a well experienced guys. You to be now a call for more not with my bishop, no sure how our results will become. And to have 3 points, not that alone, in addition to 2 quality goals on enough for Suja Yama Mabaso. I will fear our Brankase game no course between nations and the dreams. Yow for Nikoshe game. Football and nations and a dreams football
that form
yow Chroma away you league centers me and some me met to me them and says me koko dia dance dia mom say omode omo pitch and say from match day 1 cause match day 34 me na me kind of head me call nations na maka dance park on the surface a turf na nkasa don in change
on pitch
yes in change. Say because dry season, say because summer, say because winter, because spring, yeah because
tomorrow then.
No, more systems are keeping pitch so green. And until so ya away game now, but now born all the tough from why oh free day. Always a dreams come up draw. Oh BBNE. And now dreams ball boy war a Brankesano.
Wow.
So unfortunate for Coach Karim Zito. So lose game now. But second half run the nation says someone say Paul Aqua, formerly of dreams. A moment further, no. I'm say formerly of dreams. Adriana, Aqua, Omu free because Aqua knock. I want to know. And there was another change. You almost saw yeah. There was one other boy, not sure 23 jersey. I'm saying they didn't know me refika kra. Yow, and I'm there Richard Danso. And then a few man abamu. Coach Kesi Mengo switch call instead of typical 4-3-3. Now all boss Sadiq. And I saw about Fifio, Eddie Aqua Cahono. No about 3 man attack in the final third. On a converted 2 strikers, and no, and then face such a Ligia Yebo top scorer. And about 2 out to Richard Danso and a nephew Sulemana, 2 central. I'm pop for no because Sidiko. Look, pushing a Brakwa to that left back. And my Oko Gripman had the confidence to stay as a central defender. And the nation's 10 game. Yow, one of the beautiful games I've shot this season. and more so as I midweek, you know, a course or brankets. Can nations board draw my dream on a nations because the second half of the day, what the key game, no, my dreams, also shown power. But one of the teams I may show me who said, second round, more Mohammed for Pano, dreams ahead of this game. I was say, no. Dream back about draw nations. This is nations CBB, and in the first half, a dynamic junior noir, a dynamic junior now, but nations they did so well. And Wontumi a 10 game no, a pick out the 3 points. Kotoko Accra Lions. Many a come here stadium. Me catch a come say, a come here. Kotoko Lions misro. A come here Jimindi. Many a come here every year Wontumi. Me say a come here. Kotoko Lions misro. A come here Jimindi. Many a come here share about 4-5 times baby a casabona come here Jimindi.
Lions were also the ball to from Pabo.
A horny baby I may call my
because my guys all said before Thursday. I'm saying this week now can say I'm forgetting about some copper ball possession.
Yeah.
Mekai.
Yeah.
Mekai so say I was a prosper. Say copper ball na ball on your direct. And I'm quite can say flake the NB.
Yo, why you go to Accra to keep the ball low? So if you phone out to Bobby. Accra Lions league ya boy obi an channel so bet me about 120 minutes someone brain energy omunya crack vo they keep the ball about 20
otimu aba and I also na omo ba wona wo chase ball you wona wo a lot of running
and sana wo ball no wi asa ahia hoden foforo dey decide
it's a lot of energy
so first of all papa quick fire me say no match game no dey makotoko Asamasi one crying. Kotoko coming back. Look, check the last few games. How many times I was Kotoko Bogumbe Mienza? Obi Mwame Sebia Refia Aba. Kotoko, Omoni Kotoko ni Bechemuha, Sensei.
I think that before winning almost Vision 4-1.
Brekum Vision game what coach Bemi and Mienza and San Wakoto or probably 4.
Yeah.
Kotoko more pa Bogumumi and Sanama family Manami Kofi.
After Visions about
you see, so ahead of that trip, me na majune say Dr. Beko for direct and physical game. Or no bullet Lions for no the corner baby. I mean, okay, so a more patient, more tailored build up there. Lions only love it. So unfortunate. So unfortunate. Me squad way, Kotoko squad, me nyana come the confederations camp. Confederation no a more fitting for Kotoko squad because squad ni be brace. Squad ni no hefa. You can't say squad and you need individual say you want just more 45 more 58 no na America. But time ben o puti squad no together
from a bomb.
My bomb. Now obi for Rebecca said now other teams no so say put you together enche. Other teams no pressure be na Okotoko players no so.
Their pressure no
extreme.
House of folk pressure was through.
Yes,
even till recently crowd medium or pressure was through. Summer text because what tasty league, you know, tasty success. It is one fan man in the following season. You better sack more. To say, to say, I can dance park day. Also, a ball from Man's Wabasso because of the wire and all more believe be say, media match. Summer text JDR. I didn't know that about Western there. Won't mean you're so watching. And when I'm a pressure about it was and no coach. I really see a bit actually, but look. Becheme me put it team together there. Bibi me put it team together there. Kotoko put it team together now. Kotoko boys no feel more pressured. Saying more other teams. True.
And then the ya na de no. So very unfortunate for Coach Ogum. League in a new hall and then league is so FA Cup and whichever way it goes. The double still feels very distant.
Double as new. Diamante as you say every season. Same like Koroko for no day. Statement by statement no mezane when supporters
na no me be catch you say you real game
no be say metias na supporters na fans
let no
nkasa no
club nankasa na troyo at the babontin and they were addressing two set of people.
Yes,
one supporters, two journalists.
Sense bi omo kafa
club no moment no they need a united front to fight for everything.
One a divided team, no.
And what we have a question.
And you united front. I'm not maybe saying to me.
But new thinkers
before the game, yeah, analysis, say, the all picking is all. like technical to be change say we start we more almost say and I'm say why na yes I change no because we got technical to my own carry why because prosper what's that
question you be say question back boom make say blay be free mo no and abusa me say at the reason being na blay free na me say almost say oba brent na ka statement say
no brand way na free
enra o tra bench bo game be 30 na me say ya question you be say me no deserve so be say me say
ebi na da na me de agu maresca so no ukobo Brentford no akoye line am say de ukobo ayi FC Noah e wo Conference League no second half na ba be onioma yi na Brentford amemo wa hye
koroko ayo mo anka
sa comment every season new koroko beji league ne kra na we here you follow sa santo koroko beji league ne kra na amongst team na anka supporters no ase ya bo obi pa so kutwe jatum na we twi ha even on the field now results ne ba no obetina coach na wo ma we mobi ana we mobi na player we say but no more forget to say results are coming mo say one oboase born in your fair ye she one anya fidada no ye ka say one a wo hye na opponent na ntimi na wo so mpe no e dane
korokoko ba ye
matches na korokolo
ba ye o mu hye almost says na koroko bon nya fe eso mo se ana koroko bon nya fe ana mo bona enya fe ye she games there na bon nya fe
in the foot
me da me hu se koroko on they are their own enemies I da me hu say there was somebody within Kotoko who was able to send videos to Penyimubi to prove a point to say goalkeeper Fede Kasari enye good goalkeeper na on mistakes are goalkeeper Fede Kasari eye ye wo games
dear no one amokasi empamo dear
that is somebody within the club who said that
and no an Rachi one call a friend Rachi no some friend right he was like koroko goalkeeper no problem you say cross air banner say be more ball corner be a or shipon musa
fancy me no I don't need any mistakes but to a certain extent somebody within the club can send videos
what mistakes no
what mistakes no kwa the appropriate quarters ho
na baby o say
ye fra akwa na national team no e person prove a point to say akwa no kwa na mo friend akwa no mistakes be order post mo awo ye
fade no the call every ho
me na me catch your fancy me say me come
call every for no hebo
I don't
want to believe say bia
I don't think they don't call up on
that. I've also seen right after Emsa Kotoko ne young apostles e wo boase no opani bi oyes enhwoni fonso na Kotoko obi o bench ho was send message come na say make I say coach no ma anya sade no from the bench kro no me hu no obi fonso say na me ye coach nti aso me na me dey aso me kan yes all dey kire ma support no
na hu
yes or na me gina nche na me ka say me go say so why would you send this free bench what aba me be your coach ya na that me hu a me hu ma bench obi e
wo bench obi
yes
I know send ya come
sometimes they tell us
I was stance anymore
media man
you top the man some training
yes
some can say ni say
coach no see me
na adwuma na ye de ma obetinya
you sure sana mo ye
san I say
sana mo ye
ya
coach ni here no
untimi ye
na catch coach nti a o medical person and say o physio na o ye doctor na o ye dietitian no
let me say this.
You are there to assist.
The tennis. Nyame fa pole crency. Me can say pole ba show bi as say or criticize who no mo ball boasa no. Was coach. Say ni na we. Many nje ho. But so to me she aduana. And also two games na to aso. And na has the account. Was so to me she has. Me am so. Am pa the pole yes adeno. He said it like point blank so yeah. Obey Sadana.
You see, let me
coach now you say the same coach more than about G League but also nyale no koi.
Fancy, let me be clear with this. Ayi dia na enyi na free team. Frederick dia na enyi na free team. It will be entin no anko confirm no anko si boni send na FF ogina so na so.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to believe. I don't even want to believe. Yeah, ana wokas enye no ntina na wanya. So oba e bisa no say catch because no one injury.
Yes.
Pastor de monitor.
And yeah, no tia
injury no so na me true.
Until that na for the ban here no to the extent say more supporters na bia.
Yes, where I find problem with the letter near the timing of the letter.
Nice with team
the timing of the letter no, because na a more crucial game against Accra Lions. So the morning before the game na sa letter near day. Which personally I would say Safudu could need the communications and media team of Koroko. The timing of the statement was wrong. I won't shy away from it. It was wrong. You are portraying and all the right message in the Babon thing, but the timing of it could have literally been done after the game, or even a real became game the crowd before, and Sunday be at the come prepare for the Accra Lions games. I've been to Kotoko training grounds, fancy not once, not twice. I'm telling you, there are most people on Munko training grounds, so they don't even know what is happening with the Koroko team. There are certain players be on if the coach should pick them up, make training na be minimum first 11 on Bama Koroko. Newton. Whenever I go there, minimum
the decision take
due to the attitude of the players.
And some of the things are the and the buy no one be bond. You be coach and coach in the Ukrainian season. There are discussions about in the position. Meanwhile, you want to fight for the FA Cup and you want to fight for the league.
What self-destruction? And that's one of the teams in the pay.
No, Mentias is every season since 2020 every season.
And as a mutant tour, no catch no clock it to pow. Now they are bono. Why do you do this to the club? So money so yeah, game no lose game. They have not lost a game. But Accra Lions, no disrespect to them, but Oman the performing papa. Accra Lions, Oman the performing this season.
Not to win the league. You don't drop 3
points against Accra Lions.
Maybe be any nation.
Gold Stars was in the league into Akko Bechem. Bechem had not lost a game. Oh, Bechem this season, we're questioning 2-0. If you want to win the league, you don't do this. Take such stances and take such prostrate as attitude. If you have a problem with the coach, Premier season, you do a clear assessment of the coach. Penny party ways. And don't distract his season.
Yeah, really. Maybe as now can and run coach no so tie ya or yes changes na
fancy
maybe so mo can we by force
let me say what
mo can we by force na
fancy ma menche be
because so mo can we still on the finance.
Oh yes, me say but ma make be assembly free ba the kind of changes now start here free be game no before the game na kodoko abo kodoko kwa we ba ko bi ko board draw a Lions game no after Lions game no na situations we initially say not already it was there someone for you to me say do free bench but they do born home morning and I blame also Brentem. Then another issue that was raised was about Kwame Poku form because you started no goals in the absence of Albert Amoa but you see a goals in day Emma and a born ankasa overall no Crensank and a Wuchi. Then another
chances
and another thing that was also raised was about Emmanuel entry and then the performances but intensity in conversations in Peja Kosoro Abra after the Heart of Lions game there was a technical meeting because coach no coach there is a technical meeting and more mu briefy there na call there na see and it was raised say players be to set in the do entry anyway mu na give them chance more games ni bi as a games no mu nya mo ana mo bɔ so na say brene ade no it will be entry ball bechem game no bi obo games be to FA Cup games be start games be ebobo to answer baba ya say be taking position be it is something now technical meeting then discussions now course no as a raise tension even between Malik Jabe and Kwesi Appiah and Ogum at some point
say
what you say we bobo we more we be we nye sa
don't appoint
what you say which it goes forward to a certain extent he say as a coach no class am menfe I say I can't say na me dia me fe wo de mama sesama we mbobo bi mama nyama we mbobo so why do you even press the self distraction button
mama nyama interview Mr. Open bra quick Mr. Brana ye nto aso e Brana so mama nyama interview na oh Okay, board so try mo ntia dem mo nyira mo ni na mo nyira mo ho because board o mo share na no na me say ahye ne pa o say connection simple
o ni ti so ntimi nko bi mo
da o ntimi
no so ntimi wa emre because nko mo bi ni di o backstage o be ha
no ntimi ha me ho
but still sponsors in the Hemaka just call for more easy for sponsors for sure
more sponsor men ko because ono de mo be say musika
okay ne nko ya waka wate
ni ntimi ni me akwa
da bi nya de be possible so no ne height in the end is how but baka is
say na be shock no obi am boy ta bosi say boy
me fed against you one
won be kwa bika uko change so no litako
na ya we no pay be chia ya tie for ne ahwefo na ya catch them say ya the rate at which motor paint na anohye
yeah also motor because
omoto and on my statistics bia na anohye also motor pa na ya chia na ya catch them say ya den chia kese fi ya Beka junction that's where headquarters no wangasa na your numbers ne ya mo amwa na ne amohwe ya mutie +233
amono ne fo no munyi o me say +233 bi mo nkra barista mo mpon dwuma mo nsori omo wi anon betie show no
okay
fa number no because o project awoye
we your factory number
abroche no anya de ketwa o
Mr. Promo bread so because say ya de man no to painter no ma go jina ba bia to paint fo bia o de kan na say painters na mo Ghana professional painters mo fa numbers we na because say go to paint ni fia wa go to easy waterproof paint +233 243 70 76 96 Momo Ghana had a 0243
70